Welcome back. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that I find very interesting in the area of positive psychology. And it is based on the work of Martin Seligman and Chris Peterson. And so I'm going to ask you after this video to take a look at the website viacharacter.org, O-R-G. They've put together a really good website there, both for the purposes of what I'll talk about with you for a minute here, and then also what you can do with it after the fact. So the theory behind this is that there are 24 distinct strength areas that exist in different combinations for all people kind of around the globe. And this is based on research that Seligman, Peterson, and their colleagues have been doing for a lot of years. And when there's testing done, actually your testing results feed back into that research and help them to improve it as well. But what you do is you go to the website. There's actually a couple places you can take it, but Via Character is a place that I think is really kind of very easy for you to make use of. Go there, you answer the questions, and then they're going to give you a report of those 24 strength areas in order, and you're going to mostly focus, first of all, on the top 5. And those top 5, depending on how accurate the testing is, are going to explain to you where your particular strengths lie. And every one of the 24 is a positive. So you're not going to find out any bad news in this from seeing what you're really good at, what comes most naturally to you. But you're going to be able to kind of understand it better with greater precision and clarity. And what I suggest you do specifically is then maybe make yourself a little bit of a chart. And in the chart, you're going to have 5 rows. And those 5 rows will be each of those top 5 qualities, those 5 strengths. And then you're going to have a number of columns. And so one of the columns, for instance, is professional. Most people have some type of work life. So you'll have a column for your work life, and you'll maybe have a column for family life, a column for your social life, a column for anything else that kind of is really important to you in terms of a domain in your life. And what I want you to do is 2 things for each of those. So look at your top quality, whatever number 1 is, and ask yourself, in the area of, for instance, professionalism, how am I using this strength already? Look at what you're already doing, because that's a good first step. But then take a look and think, how could I use this better in this particular strength area? Do that for each of those domains of your life and for each of those top 5 strengths. The website, as I said, gives some really helpful material to background that, including ways that you can better use your strengths, access them more frequently, more easily. Although easily is actually something that will come very easily to you because they're so natural to you that sometimes people, when they're asked about these strengths, don't know how to answer specific questions because they can't even get behind them. This is so much a part of who they are. So you work through and do that. And the theory that kind of goes through this, and because I don't want to make this a long video, I'm not going to explain all the background. But the theory is that these are kind of innate to you. And the more you use these particular strengths, especially those top 5, because they're the most dominant for you, the more you use them, the more successful you will be, the more satisfied you will feel, basically the happier you will be, the more you'll feel that you're making a difference. Because it's kind of very, as I say, designed for you. Okay, but I want to add on a little piece that a colleague brought to my attention months ago when we were talking about this. And what she had said to me was that although these are all strengths, there's also some use in looking at the very end of your list. So those bottom, like the 22nd, 23rd, 24th strength, what we might call weaknesses, but which in fact kind of more using the language of Peterson and Seligman are actual strengths, just lesser strengths. But taking a look at those gives you what doesn't come as naturally to you. It's not as easily accessible. And that can also provide you with some insight. Why is it that I have a hard time doing such and such? And using that information can actually help you both certainly to address strength areas, because we do have some control over how much they show up in our lives, but also gives you some ideas about how am I going to move forward on things. If I'm doing a particular project and I know that I am not so strong in area X, then maybe I'm not going to accent that. I'm not going to make that a particular part of the success of my project. I'm going to try to find a way that most accesses the first, second, third, those top strengths. That's what I want to suggest that you guys do. I would love to be able to hear some feedback on that in the comments or by reaching out to us in particular at Vivens Academy, because I'm excited by what they've done with this work, and I really want to make it more accessible to people so that they are able to make better things come out of their own lives, benefiting themselves as well as other people. Thanks.